Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tottenham Away Ole Ole. How you doing, everyone? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're good. I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope the family's good. I hope that you are enjoying the football break before the World Cup starts, and then we'll be back into the swing of things for the start of the Premier League campaign. That's the wrong banner at the bottom of the screen there. Let me change that. Should be that one there. There we go. Thanks for being here. Smash the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the good stuff. You know the drill by now. Let your friends and family know that we're live. Get them all to come and watch. And we are taking super chats now. Finally, we can do super chats. If you just want to put your comments in the comments anyway, put them in. I'm sure I'll go through those as well. Yeah, this is the weekly roundup of the transfer week. We've made 2 signings. We're linked with 279 players. I do need to put a disclaimer out before I say hello to Andy, and that is I don't believe in any transfers. I don't believe in any rumours. I think it's all nonsense. Until the player's wearing the shirt, I don't believe any of it. All the videos I do analysing players are just to analyse players and to tell you what I think about them. But do I think the stories are true? No. They're true once the player signs for the club. Then it's real. So now we've got that out of the way. Andy, how you doing? You all right? You good?
I'm good still. Just another day of being a Tottenham fan. You know, rumours and rumours. It's like being on like a reality show at this point with all the rumours. But yeah. I'm heavily in the camp with you. I don't believe a lot until I see a player holding the shirt up. I mean, I learned my lesson last year with Eze, Gibbs-White. Should have learnt my lesson a long time ago, obviously back in the Dybala days. But listen, better late than never. And that goes for all you fans that are still deluded and think that, you know, we've changed based off of a Robertson signing. So it's never too late, but you will realise.
And Senesi.
No, but you know, we'll get on to Senesi. I don't mind Senesi, but Robertson, no.
Listen, we'll get on to both of them. Do you know what I find interesting? We've made 2 signings, and none of them are attackers. Our biggest problem.
That was our most deprived area. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
but you know what surprises me more than anything?
With a striker, an attacking mid, Madison, a ball playing midfielder.
The thing that I think shocks most people is whether you agree with like what players we've signed. We've moved quick. We've moved 2 players before the transfer window is officially open. We never do that. So that. I mean, have we done that before? Correct me if I'm wrong.
To be fair, last year we re-signed Ben Davies and we signed him in TSL permanently before Frank became manager.
But Ben Davies might as well agree the year after's contract as well, based on how he was unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? You know when you can do like Klarna and all of that. We might as well do one for Ben Davies every year because it's like. I don't understand it.
I tell you what, right? It feels to me what we've done is we've got the signings out of the way that are free, or we don't have to pay money. So Robertson's on a free, Senesi's on a free. They're all at the end of their contracts. No money being paid. You know, it's easy business. Just all you got to do is agree terms and conditions and contracts with the player. There's no negotiation between the clubs.
I mean, it goes to show that for me, it still goes to show that we are struggling with negotiating club to club because this, I know we'll probably get onto it later on, but this Van Heckel deal seems, is that his name? Van Heckel or Van Heck? That seems to be starting to, that seems, Van Heck. That's whatever he is. Van. Let's just call him Van. Yeah.
We can't call him Van because we've got Van der Ven.
No, Van der Ven's one of one. But
let's call him Transit Van.
Transit. Well, yeah. There you go. We've got no. We've got Transit Custom and Transit Van. There you go. So for me, like it shows we're still weak because this deal seems to be stumbling already because we've had a second bid rejected. Now I know. I just said I don't believe rumors, but
because money's involved.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because money. That's what I'm saying. But it's like I think I replied to. One of Danny's tweets today, and it was like he was saying, "Oh, just pay the money," and I replied saying, "Home bargains FC. We'll always try and haggle."
Well, this is it. Like if things had actually changed, again, you don't know what to believe, right? Bid rejected, second bid rejected, in talks, verbal agreement, Spurs closing in. It's all a load of rubbish, right? It's all a load of rubbish. No one has. We don't even know if we want him, right? We think we want him because everyone's saying we want him, right? Until he's actually signed, sealed, delivered, or another club signs him, so we know we're not getting him. We don't know what's going on. I want to start on the players we've actually signed, though, right? I want to start there. So, Andy Robertson from Liverpool, he's come to Tottenham Hotspur. It's a free signing. He's 32 years old. De Zerbi has done a video saying he's really happy because he's Scottish, which I thought was weird. And I'll tell you what it is for me, Andy, okay? Because I say things that I believe, you know. People say, oh, this is negative. Oh, this is... No, it's honest. I don't want to be someone that just agrees with everyone and have this conversation. Yeah, aren't we great? We're all great because we all say the same thing. We're all best friends. Look at us. Yay.
Yeah.
Where's that got us the last 6 years? Tell me where that's got Tottenham the last 6 years.
Well,
right?
we've gone backwards.
We're in the mud. 17th twice. How many managers? 8 managers in 6 years? I don't even know. But with Robertson, a lot of fans are happy with the signing because he's experienced, he's a proven winner, and he's a leader. For me, that means nothing. All I want to know is one thing, well, 2 things. Number one, are you good now? Like, are you a good football player now? Mm-hmm. And do you fit De Zerbi's system? Can you play the football De Zerbi wants? Yeah. And when I did my analysis on him, he used to be the king of assists, like the king of assists, like one of the best left attacking fullbacks in the world. He's nothing even close to that right now. His assists have fallen off a cliff for the last 2 to 3 years, not 1 year, 2 to 3. Pace against elite wingers with pace, he's a shadow of the player. And the number of errors he makes has increased. So whatever anyone says to me, right, I don't care what anyone says. He's a player on the decline. Mm-hmm. Are you telling me we can't find a 24, 25, 27, 28-year-old who can play left back, who's on the up or who's at a really good level right now? We can't find that player. And I don't care about all this leadership stuff, because what's the point of having leaders if you're not good on the pitch? Yeah. If you're not good on the pitch, what's the point of having leaders? We need people, because the reason Tottenham have been in a mess for so many years is, 1, hiring and firing the wrong coaches, and 2, not getting the right players for the manager. De Zerbi plays intensive, front foot, free-flowing, attacking football. He needs players that can deliver that. Mate, if this was Robertson 4 years ago, I'd be here saying we've signed one of the best in the business. What a signing. Yeah. The Robertson now, do you know what I think is going to happen, Andy? Then I'll come to you. Teslim, I'm going to bring you in just 1 second, all right, bro? I can see you in the background. What I think is going to happen with Robinson is he's going to play for us. He's going to do well. And then he's going to slowly fall off. And then in 6 months, 7 months, everyone's going to say, oh, you know what? Why did we sign him, man? Well, this is what I'm saying now. And he takes a place in the team that could have gone to another player that is better, or an academy player that we can try and develop. So look, if fans want to be happy with this, be happy. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm just telling you what I've seen when I did the analysis. When I did the analysis, he's on a massive decline. What do you think about it?
First of all, I just want to say I totally agree. I watched your analysis video, and anyone that's not watched it, that's watching now, I'd strongly suggest you go over and watch that after, because it breaks down exactly the problem that's wrong with this signing. So I come on this show a couple of weeks ago and I said that Spurs are like that person that try and do everything too late. We've signed a player that used to be what we're trying to currently look for. And like you said, why is it that we're saying we've changed, but we're going for a player that's past his sell-by date? And I guarantee you, like you said, where you say, oh, he's going to play for 6 months, do a couple of good things, we're going to struggle to get rid of him. We're going to struggle to get rid of him because no one's going to want to pay any money to get him out of the club. And we're not going to terminate his contract. We just won't do it. We struggle to terminate contracts of players like Gedson Fernandez and Brian Hills and players like that. I mean, if we had changed, what would show me that we changed is names like Lewis Hall, names like that have been good for a year or two, and they're ready for a better step. I'm against this signing. I'm sorry, I don't buy this whole dressing room training ground thing. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll try and up the standards within training, but I'm sorry, but if you bring better players in, they will naturally do that because they are better players. So I don't buy this. Oh, because he's done this and he's done that in the past, and he was good before, he will raise the standards. You bring in better players, you raise the standards straight away, whether they're older or younger. You know what I mean? You could bring in a world class 21-year-old. He instantly raises the standards because he's world class. He doesn't like. Do you know what I mean? For me, a name and things that were years ago, because I don't think people realize how long ago this guy was actually. Like 6 years ago was 7 years ago. That was when the Champions League final was, when him and Trent were just absolutely ripping the league to shreds. We're in 2026 going into 2027, and we're talking about a left back that's well past his sell-by date.
Our best left back that we've had in the last 10 years was Danny Rose.
100%. And we haven't replaced
him.
He
didn't have experience and leadership when we signed him. But he wasn't a leader on the pitch when we signed him. And look how good he became. He became unbelievably good for Tottenham.
The reason why...
Teslim. Steve, 1 minute. No, only because he was waiting before you. That's the only reason.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. No worries. Okay. Nice to meet you guys. So the first thing I want to say is I think it seems like I'll be the one playing devil's advocate here, because I see this different.
Bro, say what you feel. This is Tottenham away. This is no echo chamber. If you think he's great, tell us why. Go for it.
Okay, so I see this differently from you guys, and what do I mean? All through, for like 2 years now, we've spoken about how we've had a leadership problem. If you guys think back to when I think Kane left, when Kane left, there was talk about who would be the next Spurs captain, and reluctantly, it sort of was given to Son, but I don't think that everyone was entirely convinced that Son was the type of leader Spurs needed for a captain. Yes, he's a leader in the dressing room because he leads by example. But if you're saying like a captain, that is a bit different. Now, after Son left, we had Romero, who personally, I genuinely think is one of the most overhyped center backs I've ever seen in my life. But I'm not even about to start about this guy. I'm not about to start on Romero. But long story short, Tottenham Hotspur have a leadership issue. Now, can Robertson still do a job 1 game a week? We're going to find out, because some people would have thought up until last season that Luke Shaw was finished, but 1 game a week, he could do a job. Do I think Udogie is the answer to our issues at left back long term? No, I do not. I think we need a new left back. I personally think we need a new left back. I think we need a new right back, because I don't think Pro does enough attacking wise for the rubbish he does at the back defending. But we're not talking about those guys now. We're talking about Robertson. I think that Tottenham Hotspur need people to course correct the players' heads, because a lot of players in that team, their heads, they don't have it screwed on straight, and they need people to set standards. Now, aside from that, like I said, 1 game a week, I think you'll be able to do a job. And contrary to what a lot of people think, I genuinely think that Robo might be coming to Tottenham Hotspur to start. I don't think that Udogie is going to be a starting left back. That's my own opinion. I think he's good enough. Will he be able to do a job for 1 year, 2 years? Probably. And he would also add things to the locker room. Because like I said, Tottenham Hotspur have a leadership issue. When you're telling me that someone like Romero is the best fit to be captain for Tottenham Hotspur, there is a problem in that dressing room. So the issue is not just about on the pitch. The issue isn't just on the pitch to me. So while you might say, oh yeah, Robertson is on the decline naturally as you get older, even Modric, as great a player as he's a player that won a Ballon d'Or, he's on the decline. It is normal. We do need players like that, in my opinion. We do need players like that, because Tottenham Hotspur's issue is not just on the pitch, it's also off it. as we've seen
But that's
severally.
Teslim, can I say three things? Number one, that's the manager's job to fix, not signing a player to fix it, right? That's why you hire a top manager. He fixes it off the pitch, not signing a player. I'm just this is just my response to you. Secondly, what was so great about Robertson was his assists. His last 3 years have been shocking, like horrendously bad. And the other thing with Robertson, sorry,
he's also a leader, though. He was assistant captain at Liverpool. Let me not interrupt you. Sorry.
Sorry. Right. This thing about leader, the manager needs to develop these things, right? What's the point of being a leader if you're not good on the pitch? His assists have gone off a cliff. The other thing he was known for was his pace, bombing up and down that wing. He hasn't got that level of pace anymore, which is why he's making more errors now per game than he's ever done before. So I'm not saying he's rubbish, but what I'm saying is, what is so good about him that we think he should be part of a 5-year rebuild? Do you understand?
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is a manager. Sorry, Steve.
Go on.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is the manager can only do so much. Like, there's only so much that you can package shit to make it look aesthetically pleasing or smell good. Do you get what I'm saying? If somebody doesn't have the right mentality, the manager can't solve that. How do you solve that?
That's why you need to sign quality players.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So you bring in players.
He's not that player anymore, though, Teslim. He's not that player.
Chill. You bring in players to solve it, yeah? That's what you do. Now, the route Tottenham Hotspur are choosing to take here is signing young players. You can't have a team of just young players, as we've seen with Chelsea. And Chelsea have bought the creme de la creme of young players. They bought the best young players.
Why can't we sign a 26-year-old or a 27-year-old who isn't young but they've got quality experience? He's 32. Why can't we sign a player that's 24, 25, 27?
This is the first signing that we've made. We've also brought in somebody else that's 29, I think, in Senesi. So I don't know.
But Senesi's just had the best season of his career. He's quality right now. He's at the top of his game.
That's the thing. It's the same thing with the Henderson thing. A lot of people are going to ask you, why are you taking Henderson to England, to the World Cup? These things are needed. If a manager can only do so much, the coaches can only do so much. They need a voice in the dressing room. Usually, that's the captain. Tottenham Hotspur do not have a captain. That's exactly what I'm saying. Don't you get what I'm saying? Tottenham Hotspur's Romero was the best leader in the team. We are finished in that aspect. If you're telling me Romero is the leader.
Yeah, my thing is, and look, I'm a Newcastle fan. Let's talk about a player that transformed Newcastle's fate. You guys will all be familiar with them. When we first got taken over by PIF, Kieran Trippier. Okay? Brought him in the January from Atletico Madrid. Came in, and I believe he was about 31, 32-ish. And he's made a gigantic difference. He's brought leadership, but the other thing he did was he was still at a certain level at Atletico Madrid. Simeone didn't want to let Trippier go, right? And you guys know how good Trippier was throughout his career. He got the La Liga title at Atleti. Like, he was still not a world-class right back when we got him in, but he still at a very good level. You can't say the same for me about Robertson. I think maybe he can do something similar to a Trippier for us, where he brings in some leadership qualities in the locker room and yada, yada, yada. But the level of Trippier, when we brought him from Atleti to Newcastle, is completely different to Robertson's level of you guys bringing him in. Because Trippier was actually good for us, right? Because he still had good pace. The crossing was great. He had assists. He defended well. And we're just now letting him go to Wolves. So I think the idea, I think maybe that's the idea of what Spurs are trying to do with this. Your version of a Trippier to Newcastle. You know, you guys have been struggling with relegation the past few years. He's a title-winning player. He ups the standards and all that. But there's a big difference between what Trippier's level was at and it's letting to Newcastle than Robertson. Robertson, I'm struggling to find a game where he's played well in the past year and a half. And one thing in Robertson's defense, I will say, is that Slot got the best out of absolutely nobody the past year. Okay? Everybody sucked at Liverpool. And Robertson didn't play much, but they didn't look any better when Kirkes was in there. They didn't look any better when Robertson was in there. So that's the only thing.
Robertson's final year under Klopp wasn't good either.
No, it wasn't.
The thing that pisses me off so much about this Robertson signing is we've obviously got a problem at left back with Udogi's availability, and
Yes.
Sousa's clearly not ready. And do we even know if he's a left back? Because in training he's been playing left wing, right wing. I think
I like
at Anfield,
him. I like Sousa going forward. I've seen him a bit
I like him,
as well.
Again,
in United cameo, he was good going forward.
If we're gonna die on that hill of leadership and stuff, Sousa shouldn't be in the team because he's a young kid that's been in the country for not even a year almost.
Right.
So the thing that annoys me is Udogi is clearly got an availability issue, and based off that, what we're saying is next season we're happy going with Robertson potentially playing about 60% of the games. Someone commented earlier the decline in his statistics, where it went from like 13 assists and then it's gone all the way down to like 1, maybe 0 last year or something like that. We can't be signing players like that, especially when we're trying to change, right? And like you said, you compared that transfer to the Trippier transfer of Newcastle. The level is completely different. You could also compare it to the Granit Xhaka to Sunderland transfer. Xhaka was older,
great.
but he'd just come off the back of an invincible season with Lev. Was it the invincible season or was it?
It was the year after, which was still a good year for him.
Nonetheless,
it was still good for him.
Yeah, so he was still fresh from a very good season. And look, he come in. They put a couple of other, workhorses around him, and then a team that's main aim was to stay in the Premier League. Because let's be real, they never aimed to get Europe in their first season. I think they just massively overachieved, and we'll see what happens next season with them. But yeah, look, there's the statistics there at the bottom. But Xhaka was a higher level, so we can all sit here and say, "Oh, experience that of Robertson." What quality does he bring to the team in a project that we're trying to see out for 5 years? Because for me, this is not. I know De Zerbi was saying he's happy with it. This isn't a De Zerbi signing. Let's be real, because we wanted him in January. So how we can't sit here and say, right, we all back De Zerbi, but then we're going to be happy with the Robertson signing. It contradicts. It's a contradiction.
And also with the Robertson thing, Teslim is your name, right? Teslim, right? I have a perfect alternative, and you can say I'm American, I'm biased or whatever, but I will give you this as a better left back option. Anthony Robinson at Fulham. He brings you leadership quality. He brings you availability, albeit the last season for Fulham, he did get nicked up a few times. He's got quality. He's got ball striking. He's got crossing. He's got engine, stamina, defensively really good. He's been consistently a really good player for Fulham the past 4 years, and 2 or 3 of those have been in the Premier League. So for me, I think he would fit De Zerbi football much better. And I don't think he would cost a ridiculous amount of money. 30, 40 million, maybe?
You know what I'm going to say?
By the way, it says him, you can go next, just to answer Ian Cooper. 3 years ago, he played 24 games. 2 seasons ago, he played 33 games, and the season just gone 23. So he's played a fair number of games. His assists have just fallen off. And it's because he's lacking that pace that he used to have. He's not that player. Teslim, go for it.
You know the thing. I'm not going to die on this hill for this guy, because while I think Steve was talking about the Trippier example, I went on I went on Fortmob to check the stats. So it's very easy to see season by season. And last season his overall rating for the season on Fortmob was 6.94. The season before that was Slot's first season, was 6.87. All the other seasons before that are Liverpool. and Hull City are all green, so they are 7.0 and above. So this is obviously a player that is declining.
It tells him you can't do that. However, you can't do that. You can't do that.
No,
you
I'm
can't.
telling you that it's a player that is declining.
No, what? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, even if that's true, you can't look at the foot mob stat alone. You've got to look at all the metrics. Because because I when I do my player analysis, what I've realized is when I do the foot mob stat, there's like 15 metrics foot mob looks at. You could be really, really good at 5, not too bad at another 5, and then there's 5 that you're meh. But because that group there you're good at, it pushes the score up. You've got to look at what they're good at and then say, right, is that what this position needs for De Zerbi's team? Which is why I specifically talk about assists, pace, and 1v1 defending. On those metrics, he's not at it. If you look at passing, if you look at, for example, set piece delivery or things like that, he might be good. But is that what a De Zerbi wingback's going to be all about? Do you get it?
Right. That's why I think the Anthony Robinson shout is much better, because De Zerbi likes those athletic, technically sound, bombing up and down fullbacks that are also comfortable kind of stepping into midfield and playing passes. I think that would have been a much better signing. He's 28 years old. Like I said, he's got Premier League and English football experience his whole career. So I think that for me as a Newcastle fan, because we're probably going to be competing for European spots next year. If y'all signed A-Rob from Fulham, that would be like, okay, that's a much more serious, intentional signing than Andy Robertson from Liverpool.
I think
about Robertson as well, 2 things can be true, right? A player can be old and naturally decline, which is what's happening to Robertson clearly, and also he could be managed by a poor manager, right? 2 things can be true at the same time. So.
True, yeah, true.
So
by the way, another thing I want to say. Okay. So one last thing, because I have people saying to me, "Still, you always say about winners. We need winners." No, the manager needs to be the winner. I want the manager to be a winner. Right, yes. And listen, we can all hate Ange. We can all hate him. That's fine. He's a winner. He won a trophy at Tottenham, and he took over predominantly players that were losers that hadn't won anything. I think only Romero and Maddison had won anything. Not had won anything. So as long as the manager's a winner, he has to install that mentality. Same with Sir Alex Ferguson. He went to Man United. They were a mess, but he'd won everything in Scotland, and he turned Man United into the best Man United you've ever seen. You know.
Do you not think if we?
Yeah, Teslin. Sorry.
Go on. No, sorry. Go on, Teslin.
All right. So what I'm going to say is, there's also the context of the situation. So me, I feel like I'm somebody that looks at things as objective as I can be. Tottenham is coming off finishing 17th, and some might say, "Oh, that's not an excuse. Look at Manchester United; they finished 15th last season, and look at what they did. Look at the players they could attract." The situation is a bit different with Spurs. And that aside, there's also the thing of there are bigger issues than left back. What do I mean by that?
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur see that attack. That attack that we had last season. I never in my life want to see such a thing in my team again.
Yeah.
The rubbish that we had in front all season long needs to be cleansed from this club. Aside from that, that midfield has a lot of issues as well. Goalkeeper is another issue. So I feel like we have bigger fishes to fry. So it was more of a situation of, you know what, we can get in Senesi instead of signing a left back and taking out of the budget, because everything is was opportunity cost. Yeah, you take out of the budget, you reduce your budget for something else. You can sign in Robertson, you can sign in Senesi. They're proven. Robertson also gives you the leadership aspect. He might not be the perfect signing. If De Zerbi had a clean paper to sign a left back, I don't think he'll be signing Robertson. Do you get what I'm saying? But due to the context of the situation and
That's just on. You just is that is the problem right there. What you've just said is the problem.
I wanted to ask you, Teslim, on one of the
Teslim, did you hear what you just said?
The context. There's context. Elias.
Teslim,
if you're a serious club and Vinay and Charrington and the Lewis family have said change, right? What about that context? Is that not context?
But you still
What
have
you've
to be
just
realistic.
said.
Still, you have to be realistic. They can't just come out and spend 500 million. Okay, you go out.
Hold on.
You said spend 500
one by one. Everybody wants to attack me one by one.
I'm not attacking you.
No, it's not an attack.
I'm challenging. Listen, I love you're here because we can have the debate, right?
Good conversation.
Nobody said 500 million. I'm just saying, if you're going to sign a left back for a project, then sign someone who's in their prime or who's on the up, who's at a level we can say this is a signing, right? You don't hear me complaining about Senesi. You don't hear me complaining about Van Heck if we sign him, right? I'll do it player by player. But you can't tell me about context when the owners have given us context as well, right? do you disagree with that, Teslim?
What the stopgap is? But you know what the stopgap is. You can't always.
Oh, not the stopgap again, bro. Where's this stopgap?
Wait. It's like the same thing with Manchester United. And this is not exactly.
Stopgap is something that teams in relegation do, aka what we did with
Timo Werner.
Oh my God.
Dan Juma.
Oh my
Stopgap. Clement
Long leg.
Steve, stop. If anybody should be on my side, it should be.
You just said
we have bigger problems.
You do have bigger problems than left back.
Exactly. So what do you want them to do? Would you rather they don't sign any left back?
I said a suggestion. Go buy Jenny Robinson.
If you sign him for 40 million, you sign him for 40 million. Getting Van Hecker. We need midfielders. We need a whole new front three. Kudus is out. Where's the money?
Yeah, but Teslim, can I ask you something about what you said?
Robinson's a good shout.
Man United and Spurs. You
the
compared Man United and Spurs and said there's different context. After we beat them in the Europa Cup final, they went and bought a whole new front three. Why couldn't we do that? We just won the cup.
Okay.
And also, if we're going to want to talk about, signing experience, we had Paulinho last season, and now we're umming and ahhing about signing him. He was quality for us. We have him. He's ready, and we could sign him.
Agreed. He was our best player last season.
So does that not defy your point of why we should sign Robertson when we've already got someone here that we know can do a job? 1 game, 2 games a week, in fact, right? We've got him here already. He knows the club already. Yes, he'll cost us more, but he's not declining like Robertson has. He was quality for us, like you guys agreed with me. So why would we not just sign Paulinho, then do maybe what Steve just said, which was a fantastic point about, was it Callum Robinson you said, sorry?
Yeah.
Anthony Robinson. And then when you just said, oh, these new owners can't come in and just spend money, Ineos come into Man United the same season that they lost the Europa Cup final. They spent 300 million on a new front three. Why can't we do that?
Okay. So, firstly, if you remember, and this is something that Stella and I have gone back and forth passively on the group chat about. So, firstly, you have to remember the situation that you're talking about. So, what's the situation? Last season, we tried to sign Mbeumo. Who did Mbeumo choose between us and Manchester United? Even though we beat them in the final, Andreas, who did he choose?
We didn't go in as hard as Man
United. Newcastle were the ones. We were the ones.
Okay, Newcastle, out of everybody, out of all the options he had, who did Mbeumo want to go to?
It was Man United.
Thank you. Now, if you guys also remember last season, there was the situation with MGW, Morgan Gibbs-White. There was that situation. 9 times out of 10, Spurs signed Gibbs-White. Somehow, it's Tottenham. We don't sign him. We had the Eze situation as well. If you think back to last season as well, this left back issue that we're talking about, we tried to sign in Capier. Where did he go? Ask now. Eze, we tried to sign Eze. Where did he go?
To
Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. It's not like
but you're also mentioning signings that are our own fault. We like look at when we tried to sign David Raya, we offered half the money that Arsenal did. That's our own fault because they offered double the money. We offered 25, 20 million. They offered 40. They got the keeper. Same with Nketiah. We offered some stupid loan deal with no option to buy and then we didn't get him. That's our own fault.
And Trossard.
Trossard. I'm pretty sure when we could have got Doué that summer before he went to PSG. The same with the Dybala thing. We were stumbling over
Jack Grealish, Kvaratskhelia.
It's our own fault. We're making our own bed. We're laying in it, and then fans are going, "Oh, but it's not all in our control." Of course it is. Look at how many deals that we've cocked up because of our own incompetency. The Eze deal was our own fault. The only reason he chose Arsenal is because that they come in hot for him and they said, "We'll pay you what you want. We want you now." We sat there for 2 weeks going, but 5 million, 2 million, 3 million. Who cares? It's a quality player. Go and buy him. The reason these players choose other clubs over us, whether you think it's they support the club or not, is because we do it to ourselves. We make ourselves look like idiots because we and ah about 5 million. How do you think that's going to make a player feel if they're stuttering over 2 or 3 million? That doesn't tell a player we want you at the club. That tells a player, yeah, we want you, but we're just not sure we want to pay that extra bit. Well, we've got a project now which we've thrown silly. We've given De Zerbi, 15 million a year and a 5-year deal. We've never seen anything like this before at our club. If we want to show him that we're going to back him, we stop doing stupid deals like Robertson and giving Ben Davies more contracts. We go out there and get the best in class. We're doing it now with Van Hecke, if you believe the rumours. We've had 2 bids rejected because we're not paying the money they want. And when Van Hecke eventually goes, when another club goes in for him and they choose, and then he chooses that club, that's not because that club's better, let's just say. That's because that club's gone in and gone, right, you want 50 million, we'll give you 50 million. Because that shows the player that they want them. If we move slow, the player's going to start stuttering just like we are. That's the problem. With Man United, they had 1 bid rejected for Mbeumo, then they went, cool, we'll pay everything you want. That's why he went. We were sat there going, we're interested, we're not interested.
Yeah,
we did the same with Voltamada, the same with Dybala. So you can sit there and say, oh, it's out of our control. I don't buy that for 1 minute because if we were so close to signing all these players and we're stumbling at the last block, that's because of us. There's no more excuses for it.
You got to understand something. Teslim, when he first came on my channel, right? When Teslim first came on my channel, right? He corrected me on how to pronounce Solanke's name. It's Solanke.
Nigeria.
Right?
Sure.
You need to understand. He came on my channel as Solanke's countryman, trying to sell me the idea of Solanke, right? This is how I got to know him.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is the guy that tried to tell me Solanke, you know.
A boy can dream. Oh my God.
He was
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I want that guy out of my
Teslim, I was wrong about Solanke too.
Me too.
I really like what I think.
You're wrong about Robertson as well, though.
Robertson, I'm not doing
it. Robertson will see. But you see,
to be fair, we will see. With Robertson, we'll see. You're right. We will see.
All I'm going to say is, listen, yeah, I get what you're saying. And this is something I
say his name again. Say Solanke's name again.
Solanke. Yeah. So this is all I'm going to say about this situation. Yeah. All I'm going to say is that I do get what you're saying. And that's something that I've said. So on the group chat, Stella's always said that, I don't believe this club is going to be better until Ini go out and this and that. And I always say something. I say, to me, I feel like the ownership is not the problem. And the reason why I don't think that yet is because I feel like the people that they put in place are the issue. I feel like if we had better sporting directors and whatever,
who puts them in place, Teslim? Who puts those people in place?
I don't know who puts them in place. I don't know who hires the people. I'm guessing it's Levy. Up until this point, it was Levy. It wasn't it.
Okay, who put Levy in place?
His part owner.
Who is?
His part owner. You're not going to trick me into answering. His part owner.
It's not a trick question. It's not a trick question.
No.
The owner put Levy as chairman.
Levy's also owner. So Levy puts himself.
Okay, so if Levy's also the owner, then the owner is the problem.
Yes.
But Levy's gone.
That's
Teslim, if I'm in charge of Tottenham Away, the YouTube channel, and I hire guests to be regular guests, and you do really badly every week, whose fault is it? The guests or me that put you on the channel? Who's at fault?
The people that are performing badly.
Right.
no.
Okay, no, hold on, no. Right, 1 minute. So I get rid of you. Because you're performing badly, and I bring in 3 new people. They do badly. Whose fault is it now? And for 25 years, I repeat this cycle. When is it my fault?
I hear what you're saying. There's a common denominator, which is the ownership. So yeah, I get what you're saying. But I feel like the issue is.
Well, that's not what you said 1 minute ago.
What you say? I said I get what you're saying now. There is a common denominator. So it's hard to argue with that. Like there is only one constant in this bad Kenny. So yeah, I get what you're saying. But I feel like
can we talk about another player? I want to talk about another player. Only because we've got 40 minutes and we're still on bloody Robertson. I want to talk about this guy, right? I want to talk about Marcos Senesi. All right.
Interesting.
So I'm under the impression he's signed. Some people saying it's not official yet, but Romano did the here we go, it's done. And so I'm assuming he's signed, right? I hope he has. I think this is a very good signing. I think this is a really good signing.
Yeah.
Last season, he was number 1 in the league for shots blocked. His progressive passes are excellent. His long ball passes into the final third, into the channels to release the forward line and the forward attackers is excellent. And his ability to build up from the back in a possession-based team, we saw it with Iriola. Last season was Senesi's best ever season. He's part of the reason Bournemouth finished 6th. And I'm thinking, if we're going to play the Zerbi ball, which is, I guess, it's got a lot of elements of Iriola ball, this is a perfect player. He's 29. He's still got a good 3-4 years ahead of him. He's at the top of his game. His only weakness is he lacks pace. But every defender we are looking at lacks pace. Robertson, Van Heck, they all lack pace. But then I guess if the Tongan plays, he compensates. Maybe you play Spencer.
Van Heck's got pace. I think he's got it's decent. It's not good level.
He came low. He came low compared to a lot of defenders. But look, all right, let's say he's got enough pace to survive. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
So for me, I listen. Tell me what you think. I think Senesi is a really, really good signing for Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah. What do you think about that, guys? Do you think he's a good player? Do you think, hold on a minute, 29, what are we doing here? You know, is he going to be the same in 3 years' time?
Doesn't matter about that. I think it's a really good. You'll get 3-4 really good years out of him. He's been a very dependable, good player at Bournemouth. Good with the ball at his feet. Strong in the air. Very commanding. Very, very. What's it called? With the high line that Iriola played at Bournemouth, occasionally he'd get caught out from the pace, but you know that's the whole point of playing high up is to get an advantage out of playing that way, like to the other team back, and it worked because you finished Iriola every season, got 6, and Senesi was a big part of that. Yeah, nothing but good things to really say about the guy. Yeah. I think props to Tottenham on the rare occasion. You know what? You guys did well there. He could also play in a back 3 as well with Senesi. Yeah, I really like him, man. I really, really like him. I'm not afraid. That's the one I wish Newcastle would have gone for because our center backs ain't that great. So, yeah, good stuff. Something to complain.
Andy, how do you feel about Senesi? Is this a good player for Tottenham? Does it make sense to you guys, or are you like, hey,
you go first, Teslim? Go on.
All right. So all I'm going to say is I had to go back because I'm such a weirdo about things like this. So I had to go back to listen to De Zerbi's last interview, his press conference, the last one where he was going back and forth with that Tom guy and saying, "Oh, where is he? You were doubting, can he come?" and all that. I had to listen to it, and I went back to listen to some of the things he said. Firstly, he mentioned getting in players before preseason so he can work with them. Secondly, he mentioned having 2 players in every position. Now, this is the thing that I want to speak about because I've seen a lot of Spurs fans talking about backup to Van de Ven. I don't believe that, and I don't buy that. This guy is coming to compete for the first team spot. From what I've seen from Van de Ven over the course of, he has been here, Angie's first season, Angie's second season, Thomas Frank. So 3 seasons. 3 seasons. He has been here for 3 seasons. And I don't think that I am as convinced as a lot of people are about him. That's me personally.
I
So,
agree.
I'm delighted with this signing. Very delighted with this signing because it's competition for the first team spot. And if you're not playing well enough, get out of my team. You see, one thing is after last season, I have no feeling of love towards any of the players in that team. Anybody that is not fit for the job, fit for purpose, get out of my team. I don't want to see you here again. Get out. It's as simple as that. So competition for places, good for me. Now, will I come here and act like I'm a genius about him? I've watched Bournemouth. No, I do not. But I've heard good things, and I'm happy with what I've heard. So I trust the people that I'm hearing from, and I'll see him in a Tottenham shirt and judging myself. So yeah.
I think another really good quality about Senesi, and he's been a player I've watched since 2019 when he joined Feyenoord, the start of their rise for Feyenoord because they were really struggling for a few years. The thing I like about Senesi is that you compare him with any other center back, whether it's a ball playing one or more of a old school defender, whether he's short, whether he's tall. The level of Senesi and his composure doesn't drop. Bournemouth have had some injuries to center backs this year, and he's been playing a lot with James Hill, who is a young English player who's typically a right back, I believe, but has played a lot of right center back. He's played very well next to him. He's played well next to who was the other center back they had there for Bournemouth? I'm trying to think.
Lewis Dunk?
No, Dunk is Brighton. Dunk is at Brighton.
What? Sorry.
Oh no, Lewis Cook. Yeah, I was trying to. Where has it been? Where has it been held the whole season? No, Diakite, the other one. Diakite, before
That's a new signing.
Diakite. Yeah, I really like Diakite. But anyways, that's something else I really like about Senesi is his level throughout his career. What I've seen at Feyenoord and Bournemouth, it doesn't drop no matter who he's next to. It could be a short, tall, anything. So I think he complements any of his partners very, very well. So I think that's going to be really valued because you guys do have a lot of center backs and a lot of center back injuries. So maybe 1 week Senesi has to play next to Adanso. I feel like Senesi's level won't drop, whether it's next to Adanso or next to a Romero or Van de Ven or whatever you have to do on the day kind of thing. So
God forbid
that's
that
something
guy
I really like about him.
He has to leave that club this year. Romero, God forbid. I hate that guy. God, as a player, not as a player. I hate him as a player. I want him out.
I'm not.
Do you know his actual passing stats is the best of all of them, except for Van Heck. In terms of playing it out from the back. No, Romero. Yeah. Senesi's better at long. Senesi's better at long. Romero's better, yeah. But Senesi's better at long ball passes, like those Toby Alderweireld diagonal passes he used to do.
Yes.
Senesi's better at that.
Yes.
That will be very useful next season. Like I can already picture it in my head. Having wingers that can actually take men on. So you just fly the ball straight, give it to them.
Did you say having wingers? Did you say having wingers that take men? Who are these wingers?
Yes. We're getting in Savio and Kudus. Have hope. Still, see the vision.
Savio.
Do you know what? I don't think Kudus is a winger, you know. I don't think he's a winger.
You're realizing what Ajax did when they first bought him. They played him out.
I said
that's something Ajax was attacking midfield.
The thing is, Kudus can play on the right foot and the left foot. when you're 2-footed, you're better off more middle, because then as you go forward, you can go left or right. Whereas when you're on the wing, you're limited, because if they put you on,
force
if
you
they
touch
put you on,
line. Yeah.
well, if I want you to cross the ball, I'm going to put you on your left foot. If I want you to cut inside, I'll put you on the right. I can dictate your plane. If I double up on you, whereas in the middle, I think he's got more avenue to operate. I think Kudus is better actually in a 10. I think he's better as a 10.
Yes. No,
You know what's crazy? Some people have even said maybe I've forgotten where I heard this, but I heard someone talk about maybe he could even be converted into a midfielder, like a number 8 or a number 6, because he's strong
like a
enough to do it.
Paqueta kind of.
He does defensive work as well.
Let me suggest something to you guys, right? You know, there's talk about Tottenham want Morgan Gibbs-White again, and we wanted him last summer and whatever. Tell me what Kudus can't do if he was to play the Morgan Gibbs-White role that Morgan Gibbs-White could do. I think Kudus is a Morgan Gibbs-White.
Maybe the aerial ability. That's about it. I'm not a Gibbs-White fan. I think he is a Timu Belling.
Really?
I'm not really. No, I don't really like those because
I'll take a Timu Bellingham over our midfield.
No. That's fair.
I'm into shit.
No, it is.
I used to love him. I used to love him even coming up at Wolves.
Yeah, and
I like Gibbs White. I think Kudus. I think Mohamed Kudus could play the Gibbs White role if Tottenham were to do that.
I think Kudus. Because I think Kudus is better than Gibbs. Yeah,
and he's talented enough to do it. That's the thing. Like, he's so talented. Maybe. He can play left. Play right wing, he can play left wing, he can play 10, he can play as a number 8. Some might even argue he can play as a 6. Maybe in his system.
My technical ability is my biggest issue with him. And the way he receives the ball, it's not as clean and polished as I would want in a player in that kind of position. He's not as
Gibbs-White. Is it Kudus or Gibbs-White?
I'm talking about Gibbs-White.
I'm sorry, I can't believe what I just heard. Kudus is a 6.
I think he can.
No.
I think he can. Personally, I think he can.
Mohamed Kudus a number 6.
Mohamed Kudus is a number 6.
I don't think he can play as a 6, like in a traditional sense. I think more like, do you guys remember the first 10 games under Ange? How Biss was playing as a 6, but not necessarily as a 6. He was playing as a 6, but he wasn't holding. He was playing as an 8. Do you get? Like, he wasn't necessarily playing as a 6. I think he can walk. Personally, that's me, Sha. I think he's very fluid, but I think
you've been watching.
Are you trolling?
I'm not trolling. I'm serious.
Have you given him some Giovanni still?
Mohamed Kudus is a number 6.
I'm dead ass. I'm serious.
Wait, but why? But
Mohamed Kudus as a defensive midfielder, the most technically gifted dribbler in the squad, the best ball-playing dribbler we got.
He's strong enough. He's strong enough. He's strong enough. He's press resistant. He's press resistant.
No.
He's strong enough. He's press resistant.
Just because you're press resistant doesn't mean you should play number 6.
I'm not saying he should. I said he can. But it depends on how you choose to use him. It depends on how you choose to use him. I think he can play as a midfielder. He can play.
Teslim, I don't know any club who plays their best dribbler in the 6.
Look at what Scott's just said. Why don't we play Simmons at right centre back and Danso at left wingman?
Yeah, because Danso has strength and power. Yeah, and
it's not as easy as that.
Simmons is good on the ball.
Listen, Steve, he's press resistant. Listen to the argument here. He's press resistant.
Okay, yeah.
He's strong enough to do it. He has the engine to do it, and he does well defensively as well. It's feasible. I think it's realistic.
Just because you do well,
would I do it? I would rather play him as a midfielder. I would rather play him as a number 8 personally. But if he can play as a number 8, then he can play as a number 6.
Whatever happened to just buying?
If you tell me he can play as a number 8, then he can play as a number 6.
Whatever happened to just buying?
Okay, are you telling me the attributes I've listed are not the attributes of someone that can succeed as a 6?
I think you can have attribute. I think Kudus has some of those attributes. That's fine.
What
that
are we
doesn't
doing
mean
here?
it's
What are we doing?
What
That
is
doesn't
going
mean
on?
it's
How
suited
is
to
this
be
a conversation?
You know
What do you
what's
say?
funny?
Wait,
We
Steve,
started
what are you
this
saying?
conversation talking
This is
about
like saying
Selecki,
Sergio
and he said
Ramos
it up
should
as
be.
Kudus as a
This,
six.
this is like saying Sergio Ramos should be a striker because he
I'm not
scores
saying he
penalties,
should be.
has
I
height,
didn't say it
the
should be.
presence in the
I
box.
said that. I said
um,
that. To me,
makes
I would
runs.
play him as a midfielder. I didn't say he should be.
Teslim, all right, can I ask you one question? Can I ask you one question?
I'm listening to you.
What is Mohamed Kudus's best talent as a footballer? Would you say his best talent?
Best talent. When you say talent, do you mean
His
like
best skill.
physically or
His
all
best
round?
skill. No,
I think
is
all
his
carries.
best talent defending, heading,
dribbling.
taking on players,
He's dribbling.
shooting, crossing? What's his?
He's dribbling. He's dribbling.
He's what?
Dribbling.
Okay, all right, okay. So you said that, not me. If his best talent, skill, whatever you want to call it, is dribbling, where would you get the most out of his best talent on the pitch? Where would you position him to get the most out of his best talent?
On the wing.
All right, can we end the conversation there now?
Because you
Can we
create
just
more
end it
chances
there?
there. Would you play him in midfield?
Right. So if we're going to get the best out of him, that means we've got to play him on the wing, because to get the best out of him is to get the best out of his talent. And you said to me his best talent is dribbling.
I didn't say that his best position would be a number 6. I said that he's so talented. He can play as a winger, he can play in the 10, he can play as an 8, and he can play as a 6. And I mentioned the attributes.
I don't
Why?
think it's 6.
Now, that's what I'm saying. It depends. I think that it depends on how you want to use him. And I said how. What are some of the attributes that he has that make a 6 successful? You asked me, and I told you he's strong. That is required for a 6. Yes or no?
Yeah.
I'm asking, by the way.
Yeah.
Press resistance. Is that
Yeah,
required?
I don't think he's good at sitting deep, intercepting the play, reading the game, and stopping the through balls coming through from the midfield past our defenders. I don't think he's the best player to break up the play when the other team comes onto us. I do not think he's good at that. And my number 6 needs to do that. See, Victor Wanyama, big, powerful. 1 minute. Victor Wanyama, big, powerful, had a decent first touch, could lay off a short range pass, right? Him and Mohamed Kudus are 2 different players. Victor Wanyama was a perfect 6. Totally got it. I don't think Mohamed Kudus can break up the play the way even Højbjerg broke up the play better. I don't think Mohamed Kudus can break up the play. I don't think he can do that.
I kind of understand what you're saying. For me, it's just it's a waste of Kudus's talent. Whatever happened to just playing to a player's strengths? Whatever happened to just buying players for your team that are the position that they say? If you let's go back to the Jedi Robinson thing, okay? If you bought Jedi Robinson and then you decided, let's play him as striker because he scored a great goal.
Comment about the Dembele's comments, by the way. I'm sorry, Steve. Continue.
No, I was just saying, like, how about football clubs and managers stop doing this conversion bullshit of position to position, changing it like they changing genders and all this weird shit, right? Let's just play players in their right position. If you go buy Kavica Kvaratskhelia, go play him as a left winger, not as a freaking right back. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened to this?
Fair enough, anyways. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that I feel
I
like
agree Kudus is talented, but like, why would you play him as a 6 when you should just be a big club and go buy a number 6?
This is why so many of our players
in Spain, the CDMs, they grow you could find great CDMs in the 3rd division of Spain. They're littered with them. Go find them. It's not hard to do. If you want a physical ball-winning 6, again, go check out French football. All them leagues, the regional leagues and stuff. You can find these guys. You don't need to put Kudus as a 6.
Mate, I think Kudus should be. I think Mohamed Kudus should be a number 10. I think he's got all the attributes.
Number 10 or wing.
And still, like I said about Kudus when he was at Ajax, there's a big debate in their fan base and in the Dutch media about Kudus as a 10 or or as a right winger. He was very mixed. He nailed it down eventually as a 8-stroke 10, like an inside forward kind of thing. But it depends. It depends on who.
When I was coaching, if I saw a player was comfortable on the right and the left and could change direction right or left and be 2-footed just as comfortable on both feet, for me, they always played in the middle because that is gold. That is gold to me because you can go any way you want, but you've got the space to go wherever you want as well now. Whereas on the wing, you're just a little bit isolated. You can't just go wherever you want. You're kind of stuck down the flank.
You have the unpredictability.
Mate, if you're defending someone, if you're defending, right, if you're a centre back and you've got someone coming at you and you know they can go left or right, how do you defend that? Do you know how hard that is to defend? Do you know how hard that is?
Especially if they could beat a man too. If they could beat a man off the dribble,
Musiala.
Exactly.
Musiala is an example. Very unpredictable.
Mate, Musiala's class. He's a class football player, right?
It's very unpredictable.
Can we talk about Van Heck? I want to talk about Van Heck. All right. So from what we believe, alleged, all this ITK crap, 2 bids have been made and both have been rejected. So once again, Tottenham are doing Spursy things, right? We've got the free transfers out the way. So now see Robertson, all the freebies. Now we've got to spend money. Things are going to change. Charrington, the Lewis family, Vinay, things are going to change. But hold on, isn't this everything that happened under Levy? Low balling, not matching the bids. Are we risking, guys, another club coming in, like Arsenal did with Eze, and saying, there's 70 million, thank you very much. Off he goes to that club. And then we're sitting there going, what just happened? We were in negotiations. What do you think we're risking massively losing this deal? And my second question is, do you actually want Van Heck at Tottenham? I think Van Heck, out of all the centre-backs we've been linked to, all the defenders, he's the best of the lot, in my opinion. I think he's the best of the lot, especially at his age. What's your thinking, guys? Do you think we are dancing with the devil and we're going to end up losing him? Do you even want him at Tottenham? Steve, obviously you're not a Spurs fan, but, do you think he'd be a good signing? Andy, you go first because you haven't spoken much. What do you think, Van Heck?
Right. I'm all for signing Van Heck, but it heavily depends on what we're going to do with the management of players like Danso and Dragusin. If we're going to keep players like Danso and Dragusin, we're going to mess up this whole squad management thing. Because if we're here to build a project with De Zerbi, we can't be filling up the teams of players that are not De Zerbi players. If we're going to sign Van Heck, you have to let Danso or Dragusin go. But I'm all for this Van Heck sign. Again, it's a player that's played in the Premier League to a similar style of what De Zerbi will be looking to play. He's not like Robertson on the decline. He's on the up. He's ready for that next step in his career. Now, I know that sounds a bit mad saying that he's going to leave a club that have just overachieved and got Europe and leave for a club that's finished 17 points in a row. But we are offering a massive project, which if we actually fulfill it and do it properly, could be exciting. But again, it comes down to management of other things within the club, like the centre-back situation. It also leaves a massive question mark as to what we're going to do with Vuskovic as well. Because if we've got, assuming Romero's going, we're going to have Van der Ven, we're going to have Van Heck, we're going to have Senesi, and then we're going to have Danso. That's 4 centre-backs. Now, surely one of them has to go, and for me it's Danso because he doesn't suit the De Zerbi football. I don't not like Danso. I think at another club he could be fantastic, but not for De Zerbi. So I'm all for box office. But yeah, I'm all for the Van Heck signing. I'm all for it. I'd like to see him here, but again, there's no point in keeping other players around that are not, here for De Zerbi, basically, in my opinion. You have to manage the squad correctly.
And you have to get players that you want to. If you're really gonna back De Zerbi through thick and thin, you have to get players that suit the way he wants to play. Otherwise, there's no point.
Yeah. So for me, if forgetting the point of squad management, would I like Van Heck at Tottenham? Yes, I would. But again, another thing, we can't play him next to Senesi. That can't be a starting pair because, like Stel said in both his breakdown videos, they're both lacking in the pace area. And then if we're going to have Robertson playing most of our games because Adogi clearly can't keep fit, that for me is worrying. But that's a one-off scenario. But yes, I would like Van Heck at the club.
Is anyone else in favour of Van Heck, or is anyone against it? Do you think we risk losing him?
1000%. I would have him any day, anytime.
Van Heck for me. Really good center back at Brighton. I've liked him for quite a long time. I think his reaction time at speed is really, really good. His composure, his battle readiness, I would say. Like, he's very combative. He does not shy away from it. He does things in a very calm and composed way. I really like the guy. And I actually think the recovery pace it's not like I think it's a little bit above average. I don't think it's outstanding, the recovery pace, but I think that's something for De Zerbi to look at and be like, okay, if I can only get Van Hecke and Senesi, and they're not as quick as I want, I can't do a ridiculously high line. I need to just drop it a little bit, or you buy other pace, because this is the other issue with the Robertson thing, right? If you want pace from your left back, well, that's not a Robertson thing, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Look, it's really good. He suits the way De Zerbi wants to play football. Recovery pace is a little bit lacking, but again, I don't think it's that bad. But again, really good signing. Don't overpay, though. That's what I would say. Don't overpay. I don't think he is a player where you need to overpay. Like, I think you guys are good on homegrowns, right? You don't need homegrown players to meet that quota. So go and dip your toes in the other leagues and look for some, young, athletic, quick recovery pace defenders. If you want, a Lacroix. I think a Lacroix would be a great option. If you want recovery pace and you want no doubt about that, Maxence Lacroix at Palace. For sure. He's your guy for that. So if the Van Hecke one doesn't work out, bring in Lacroix. 100%. If you want recovery pace, because then them and Senesi, they'll be just fine. What's good, Alex?
Yes, box office. What's going on?
What you say about that? I think Stel. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, Alex.
It's good that I came on because I knew Stel's internet was going to turn off because I could see it straight away. To get my two pieces on Van Hecke, I don't know a lot about him because I haven't watched a lot of him. I've got to be honest. I mean, on the whole thing about bringing in Van Hecke and we need to get rid of Danzo, I really, truly do not agree with that at all.
Oh, okay, go for it.
I really do. I mean, I understand he's not a De Zerbi type player, but we're going there again because we had this with the Franks players and Postecoglou players and all that and stuff and all that, and I just think, okay, here we go again. But like for me, I think for me, Van Hecke is replacing both Van der Ven and Van der Ven and Senesi are both replacing Van der Ven and Romero for me. I'm getting rid of both of them. I'll keep Danzo over them all day long.
We need to have this conversation.
I'm keeping them all day long. The reason why I'll get rid of. Okay, I'll give my reasoning for it. I'll give my reasoning for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, the two technical defenders. Van der Ven, you can get money for. Right, so you can get rid of him. Right, he wants Champions League. Right, and this whole thing of this turnaround because he likes the manager. I'm sorry, I don't give it.
Sorry,
I'm not having it. Right.
Harry just said something. Is that true? Ericsson.
We'll come on to it in a minute.
So I'll get onto that. Well, whatever Teslam's talking about, big up to him. But point is though, I'm getting rid of him because I need money so I can get a bit of strike force. Romero's head's turned, so bye-bye, see you later. Right? Danzo, for me, right, yes, he's not a technical defender. Great. But I don't think John Terry was a technical defender. Still had him. We didn't have,
Chelsea never played possession-based football, Alex.
yeah, but the point I'm making is that I think
That is the
Danzo
point. That
is
is the
reliable.
That is the
Danzo is reliable. Danzo's reliable.
Not a pass on
9
the ball, he's
times
not.
out of 10.
Not a
Right?
pass on
He's
the
got
ball,
a
he's
good.
not.
Well,
Not a pass on the
okay,
ball.
fair enough. He's not on the ball. No, he's not. We agree on that. But like, you got Senesi, you've got you might get Van Hecker, all right. Who else is there? I mean, the only reason why we might have a problem is because Davis is there, and we all know we don't want Davis there. So, I mean, yeah, I think you should. I think there's a space for Danzo in that pack. I've got to be honest. And then you got Vucevic, because everybody's saying that Vucevic is gonna be here for the season, for next season. So he's a good ball playing. From what I'm hearing, he's a good ball playing centre back as well.
Man.
I don't think Vuskovic is going to be here.
You don't think Vucevic is going to be here?
No, the fact that we're looking to sign Van Heck, we've just signed Senesi, and then we're gonna have Van der Ven, Senesi. That's if it goes through, obviously. Senesi, Van der Ven, Van Heck, and then we're gonna have Danso. Let's just say Danso stays. We've still then got to get rid of Dragusin. Do we really think that we're going to keep Vuskovic? I think Vuskovic is either going to go on loan or someone's going to come in and buy him. But I'm not saying that loaning him's a bad thing, but we need to get him signed down. We need to get him tied down if we're going to send him on loan again.
Can I say, for me, Kevin Danzo is such a crap the word footballer. He's technically poor. If you want someone that's going to win headers, brilliant. If you want someone that's going to put blocks and your old-fashioned centre-half, do you know what? I get it. If you're going to play possession-based football out from the back, stepping into midfield with the ball, playing it quick, receiving the ball when the ball comes across your box, because possession-based teams do that, have a good first touch and quickly switch to play. This guy's a clown, right? He's Musa Sissoko in centre-back. For me, you look at the best possession-based team Tottenham have ever had. It's true, man. It's Sissoko at the back. The best possession-based team Tottenham ever had was Poch. And who were the centre-backs? Vertonghen and Alderweireld. And it worked. Why? Because they were technically ballers. And as soon as one of them got injured and in came Eric Dyer or in came Ben Davies, it went to shit. The whole thing went to shit. So if Senesi or Van Heck or Van der Ven gets injured and Danzo comes in, mate, we're not playing this ball out from the back anymore. It doesn't work. So I get the sentiment with Danzo. I get the affection. Oh, but he came in, he kept us up. Yeah, because
there's no affection. There's no affection. Let's just get this absolutely right. Sorry to interrupt you still.
No, but there's no logical reason to keep.
Yeah, but there's no affection. There's no affection. Let's get it right. No, there's no affection.
What's the reason to keep him? Who got a player?
Because he's been consistent. He's been consistent. Right? You
in
know me. You know me.
Yeah? Football team, Alex.
No, from possession-based football team. Yeah, you can get another ball playing centre back.
Consistently 17th. Consistently 17th. This is his football. When a team's not good, when a team can't keep possession, when a team can't win games, Danzo looks good. As soon as we want to challenge for top six, look at when he came on in the Europa Cup final. He looked great. Danzo looked great in the Europa Cup final. Do you know why? Because we parked the bus for 45 minutes.
Yes.
He has been here. I think he has been here for 2 seasons. And both seasons.
I think it's a year and a half. I think it's a year and a half.
Yeah, it's a January signing from loans.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been extremely poor all the while he has been here. So that is not fair. We haven't seen him in a well-functioning team.
No, but no. Tesla, me and Stell's argument is not about...
His passing metrics are poor.
Yeah, we're not arguing. Still, I'm not arguing about this. I know what Danzo's all about. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you don't need to show me stats because I've seen it before. I know this already. I'm not arguing. He's
forward passes. He's poor. Progressive passes, he's poor.
Self, thank you for telling me something that I've seen on the picture already. I know this already. I don't need stats to tell me that, bro. You know what I mean?
Why are you coming on here chatting shit about
I'm not chatting about shit because it's an opinion.
You can see he's not good on the ball.
Yeah, still, don't do a Lubo, please, because you know what I mean. Lubo, don't even do that.
Stop doing an Alex. Stop doing an Alex.
Don't say my government name. It's box office to you. It's box office to you. Box office. Alex is no more, right? My point is anyway, yeah,
Alex.
Right. The point I'm making is
just said to me, thanks for showing me what you've already seen. So you've confirmed he can't play.
No, he can't play. But the point I'm making is a good defender. He's a good defender, and he's been consistent in that sense.
Consistent in a low block, pragmatic Mourinho type football. De Zerbi doesn't play that. He doesn't play anything like that.
Alex,
this is
if Spurs manager was David Moyes and you played Moyes football, Danso is your guy. Okay. Because the way Moyes plays and the way De Zerbi plays is night and day different.
Can I say something? I'm at the gym. I just have one question for Alex.
Got rattled in the gym.
Yeah. At the gym. Yeah. Look at me at the gym.
You got rattled in the gym.
This is a simple question. Would you want a dentist to perform heart surgery on you?
No. But
okay.
What is that? Why are we doing this analogy for?
Because the way that De Zerbi wants to play, we're looking at Davison Sanchez, comes at the ball all over again with Danzo. Danzo he's solid for the low block. He's good to, head things out the box, right? Maybe keep him on rotation. But as a starting center, and for what we want to go ahead and play as a ball possession, good on the ball type of team, he doesn't fit that profile. Plain simple. Props to Danzo for stepping up and be the guy, all right, opposite the Romero's attitude. I get it. But we need better. We need better. Someone like Lacroix in our WhatsApp app I was talking about, who's good on the ball, solid. That would be someone that we can afford to go get. But Danzo doesn't fit that puzzle. That's why I said. That's why I asked, would you want a dentist to perform heart surgery on you? Because, right, they're both medical field, but different, different profiles. But that's what I want to ask. I will continue watching the show. Big up.
Big up, Mari.
I gotta go back to my workout.
I see what you're talking about. I don't think it's as bad as that. I don't think it's as bad as that. You know what I mean?
He had to stop, Alex. He had to stop bench pressing to come on here and cook you. Right?
No, he didn't cook me. He didn't cook me at all. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Maybe in your mind, you know what I mean? This cooking, man. What is this cooking? Cook this, cook that, cook this. Tottenham been cooking so badly recently, been 17th. So what are you talking about? You're Spurs
who was at the back? Who was at the back?
Exactly. Well, no, but it's not that. That's not because of Danzo, right? Your hero, Van der Ven, and your captain of the ship, Romero, wanted to go off to Argentina. You know what I mean? To watch his bloody local team. Where was Danzo? Where was Danzo? On the squad, in the squad. Fight his place, man. No.
Right. Remind me, who tried to pass the ball out from the back in the last minute against Brighton and gave the ball away for him to score?
Yeah.
Your boy. Passing it.
He's not my boy.
You can't even pass it out from the back without us conceding a goal, right? This is what I mean. The Zerbi teams, they're going to be passing the ball out from the back for 90 minutes. This is why I don't get it. Like, I don't think Danzo's a crap defender. As a defender, I like him. But as a player that fits a system, he's a tragedy.
Yes. And that's what matters.
That's my worry with him.
Yes.
I don't rate him technically.
Okay, so if we're going to do this, get rid of Richarlison.
Yes.
Get rid of Son.
Yeah.
Get rid of all these players that can't even play these because I'm not having it. I am not having it. Right?
Alex, I agree.
If we're getting rid of all these, if we're getting rid of all these, if we're getting rid of Danzo, if we're playing possession-based football, right? I get rid of Sarr. I'm getting rid of Gray. Sorry, Bob. I see you later.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
Get rid of all of them. Get rid of all of them because they're not fit for purpose. Then
100%.
not fit for purpose.
Alex, we finished 17th twice. They're clearly not.
Yeah, Alex, like
nobody
box
here will
office,
disagree with you. Nobody
box
here will
office, like you said, we finished 17th twice, and you said, what are we cooking? That's what we're saying. Not a lot of these players, if not any, are fit for purpose. No other club, no other Big Six club would look at their team after finishing 17th 2 years in a row and go, yeah, I want to keep 90% of this squad. No, get these shit players out. That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm not having Danzo, who's been the most consistent player in the team, right? Consistently. Yes, he's made mistakes. I'm not being like some of these deluded fans, yeah, that think they can get the best woman in the world, right? But can't get the best woman in the world. They can't. Right? I'm not that guy. I ain't that guy, right? Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could tell you some stories that I've just done today. But anyway, moving on, right? The point is though, yeah, right? It's just like I'm not that guy, but my point is though, Danzo is normally a 7 out of 10, most games, rather than Romero up there, down there, up there, down there, up there, down there. Van der Ven, supposedly he's a great centre back.
Will he be 7? But will he be a 7 out of 10 every week in a De Zerbi team?
Can I just say?
You're setting the guy up to fail.
Can I just say, in Ange Postecoglou's first season, when Spurs had very good possession and passing stats, Romero and Van der Ven were the centre-back partnership. Right? Yes. No matter what anyone says about them, in a possession-based team, both of them are better than Danzo and Dragusin, both of them. Now, does Danzo have a better attitude than Romero? Yes. On an attitude level, yes. But if I'm just thinking, like every decision we make, and every video I do, like when I do a player analysis, I ask myself two things. Number one, are they quality right now? And number two, do they fit De Zerbi's team? Danzo's just not a De Zerbi player for me. That's why I'm against it. Who said something about a David Moyes team?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And here's a good example. Mavropanos was shit at Arsenal. Why? Yes. They tried to play football. As soon as he went to West Ham, he was one of their best players last season.
Yes.
Why? Because the football's different. It suits him. Yes. You know? Alex, don't run away. Don't run away when you're getting cooked. Come back.
It's all about the right. It's all about the right fit. It's all about the right fit, right? I have another, like, if you miss out on Van Hecke, go for Gaciorowski at PSV. Really good, 21-year-old Spanish center back they got from Valencia. He's fantastic at the ball playing. He's got the composure that you would want out of a De Zerbi center back. He's got recovery pace. Like that. Just be so even though he plays for a team in a weaker league, you can find players that have the profile and the qualities that you want to fit the team. And for example, if you sent Danso to PSV and you needed him to be a ball playing center back for Peter Bosch, who plays somewhat similar to De Zerbi, Danso would struggle even in the Eredivisie because of his ball playing deficiencies. That's it. So it's not. I like Danso. I liked him at loans, and I thought it'd be a good signing for Spurs. But you guys have a new manager now. You guys should buy players that fits that manager. You're stuck with you're stuck with De Zerbi for 5 years, 15 million pounds a year or whatever Stahl said. I think that was it. So why not? If you're paying this freaking manager so much goddamn money, how about you get him the players that fits him? Otherwise, what are you doing?
By the way, can I say, people in the chat getting emotional about Romero because you just hate him, like he's the worst thing ever. I'm not saying keep Romero, by the way. I'm just saying if you're talking about football, not headball, right? Yeah. Not block ball, football, which is what De Zerbi plays. Romero is 10 times better than Danzo at football all day long. Do I think we should keep Romero? No, I think he's got an attitude problem. I think he's got a big attitude problem. So I just want footballers. In an ideal world, I would have Senesi, Van Hecke, Van der Ven, and Vuskovic. And I would say that's it. Build the team around those 4 centre backs.
What about
Get
Lacroix?
rid of Dragusin, get rid of Romero, get rid of Danzo.
What about Lacroix?
Huh?
I don't know if
What about-
Lacroix will go. I don't think
What about
Lacroix
Lacroix
will
at Palace?
All day long, I'll take him. I'm just
Yeah,
going by the
but-
players that we've either got or the players we're linked to.
I think Lacroix. I think we're just looking at the players we've got, like Stel said, in Strasbourg, because I think at the moment I don't think Lacroix. I think Lacroix are going to have other options, wouldn't he? Really?
No, he has options. Bayern München are interested. He's got other options.
Well, I think
I actually think we should build a centre back partnership with Van der Ven and Van Heck, because I like the fact that they're 2 Dutch boys. It reminds me of the Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen Belgian connection. I actually wouldn't mind that with Senesi coming into certain games. Huh?
I think they complement each other as well.
Yeah, because one's got pace, the other doesn't.
Yeah, he's also more like forward. He's more aggressive because he doesn't have pace. He goes forward to. He's more proactive in his defending. Van Ven is more reactive, so that also complements as well.
Guys, let me see a couple of super chats because they've been sitting here, and then we'll carry on. Big up a user. Kudus is best played on the shoulder of a striker.
It's at number 6, mate.
No, he's more of a Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Kay Cavalets, thank you. Ericsson just had a heart attack. Yeah, look,
Yes.
bro, what can I say, man? This is awful news. This is awful.
There is an update, though. He is walking. I saw this on Twitter and stuff. This video of it. He's walking to the ambulance. It looks like he's
Just
good.
retire, man.
My mom texted me and said he should probably just get a pacemaker and retire.
I think he's going to quit now after this. I don't think they're going to let him.
Surely the closest ones around him will tell him. That's a sign.
He has wife and kids. He has to.
Main thing is he's all right. So
Yeah.
that's the good news. A user again. What the heck? You could have listed 300 million. Yeah, great joke. Very good. Good pun. We do like a good pun. Bone Star 2K. Thank you very much. What do you guys think about Vuskevic's situation? Bring back, loan or sell, guys. Vuskovic,
Get him tied down to another deal and loan him out.
I think he should be loaned to a Prem team, like a Brighton or something.
Would you not keep him as the 4th choice centre back at the club next season?
I would. But
Definitely.
Me personally, I think that he knows that he could be onto. I know it's arrogant to say because he's a 19-year-old kid, but
He's got Barcelona interested in him.
Do you know what I'm saying? When you've got Barcelona and top clubs interested, you're not going to sit there and be 4th choice for a team that have just finished 17th twice and playing one game
Europe.
no European football. You're not going to do that still. Like, for me, we say to him, right, this is what happens. We either wait until a club come in and offer us something that we're happy to accept for you, or you sign a deal. You spend a year on loan at a good club, not Hamburg, not Hajduk Split. I think was the last team. You go to maybe like I don't know, a team that are potentially in the relegation zone, maybe a season in a league, a team in the championship that are pushing for promotion next season. I think he needs some experience in higher level, more intense football. Whether that's a better club in Spain. But then the danger is the top clubs in Spain have a closer tabs on him, or he goes to a team that's pushing for promotion, or in the relegation zone. Yeah, like Spurs. Then you could say that, but I'm assuming that we're not going to be in the same position that we're in this time. Do you know what I'm saying? I know. Yeah, no, I know that sounds a bit stupid, but yeah, I'm saying maybe a newly promoted team, something like that. So for me. There is no other choice than get him tied down and loan him out because, like I just said, still about your point about him being the 1st choice, he's gonna get to January and realize, nah, I'm better than this. I should be. I've got clubs that were interested in me in the summer. That's it. I'm gone. So for me, it's sign it, get him tied down, loan him out to a better team, and then we reassess it next year because then we actually get a better look at him. Because let's be real, but we didn't get a proper look at him at Hamburg. I don't think, at least. I think he needs to go to a better. Yeah, maybe you did, but I personally didn't. I think I speak for the larger percentage of fans. You know, I think you, from what you've been telling, you've kept close eyes on Kudus when he, Senesi
I
was on.
watch a little bit of everything.
There you go. But for most fans, they probably didn't keep that close tabs on him. But I think if you keep him in England, or you keep him in a more watched team, for example, and that's no disrespect to Hamburg or any of the other teams he's played for,
Right.
I think that's better because then we get a real feel for him. Because we might get to next season when he's out on loan and go, do you know what? He's not the full package because he's a kid at the end of the day. So yeah, I strongly think get him tied down to a big contract, and then if he's not good enough, you can sell him and you still get your money's worth, or you bring him back and then you've got a good defender there.
I
Can
think
we quickly do this as well?
Yeah,
Go, Steve. No, go.
I was just gonna
let's
say
talk
real
about this
quick.
one.
I was just gonna say I think a Ligue 1 loan would be really good. Ligue 1 translates very well to the Premier League because of the athleticism, the pace. There's a lot going on. A lot of good young and up and coming forwards, a lot of established ones. Obviously, played PSG twice. Like a Lyon loan, I think would be great. Fonseca does play youth. You've seen it a lot this season with what's it called? Quite a few young players. I mean, Endrick was on fire there. He's gonna have a great World Cup. Portuguese Moreira, really good at Lyon this year. Tyler Morton was a breakout. So Fonseca, I think a Lyon loan would be really good. You play him next to Clinton Mata in the 4-2-3-1 because he's going to have to be good on the ball. He's got to make quick decisions because Fonseca plays similar to Zerbi. I think that'd be a good fit. Lyon will be in Champions League as well. So he'll get exposed to a high level. You play PSG, Monaco, Marseille, tough atmospheres. And it's not far from England. So I think that would be what I would do personally. I think that'd be great.
I would say I agree with what Dan said. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Like, do a Saliba with him. Just send him out on loan. Even if he has a good loan, he should go back on loan again.
Guess where Saliba got loaned to? Ligue 1 clubs. Saint-Etienne, Nice, Marseille.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do for him. Even if he has a good loan, he should still go on another. See if he can maintain the levels before coming. Because he has time on his side. He's young. So there's no need to rush anything. And I think this guy, the way he talks, it's obvious that he's not looking to waste any time with his career staying on the bench. It's the same thing like how he came out last season saying, oh, the levels of Romero and Van der Ven, he knows he can play and he wants to play. So this isn't somebody that wants to mess about with any time in his career. So I think just go, do your thing, and then when you're ready, you come. And then he's starting right centre back for us. I think that's the best thing.
To be fair, Saliba went on 2 or 3 loans before he actually broke into the Arsenal team, and it did him the world of good. So
yeah,
if it does the same for Vuskovic, I mean, I wouldn't complain. Got a super chat from Switchblade. Alex, did you want to speak on Vuskovic as well?
Yeah, I was going to say this, and someone, Little Birdie's just told me something about this anyway, because if you listen to Alistair Gold, he either wants to play or get sold, and I say the same thing right now. For me, to be honest with you, I've had enough of hearing about him now. I heard enough about the hype about this guy. I've had enough of it. It's either he stays and plays, or just get rid of him. Honestly, just get the money in, just get rid of him. You know what I mean? We ain't got time anymore. We ain't got time. Get to step in. I'm done with this now because you know what I mean. We're just holding on players just for the sake of it now. And yes, he looks good in Germany, great. So either he comes here and we see what he's all about, or we just get the money for him. And we can use the money for the rest of the squad the positions that we need at the moment. For me,
do you not think that could be done with like what I said, a higher level loan?
Do you agree with me, by the way, about the Lyon loan, higher level?
Probably,
so,
but maybe then put a deal where you get money for the loan or something like that. Maybe I don't know. But at the moment, I think you're wasting our time right now. Saying, "Oh, we'll just put him on loan here. We put him on loan here. We put him on loan here." And the more interest he's getting, and I don't think he's interested anywhere of staying anyway, because I think he's just sitting there thinking, "Do I really want to put my career in the line with this team right now?" You know what I mean? So if you've got the interest at the moment in terms of the player, get the money for him, and use it for something that you know just use it for someone that that you can get for the other parts of the squad at the moment. You know what I mean? Because it's clearly, from what I'm hearing as well, and Alistair Gold says this as well, is that he doesn't want another loan. He doesn't want another loan.
Mate, Alistair Gold is another bloody fraud.
Oh well, I don't agree. I tend to agree with you about listening to certain people still, but certain times I do like. I mean, I don't want to get into it anyway. Go back onto this anyway, because I need to move forward and we'll move on with the next super chat. But for me, either sell him or play him. That's it for me. Sell him or play him.
That's fair. By the way, watching Vuskovic for Hamburg, I've probably seen at least 15 games of his at Hamburg last year, and the rumor club is Barcelona. He doesn't have a shot in hell with that high line. He does not have recovery pace with that crackhead high line. So that's the issue with
He's very big.
the lack of pace.
Very, very big.
He is really good at almost everything else. Like, he is very complete. He was one of the best Bundesliga one of the best Bundesliga defenders of the season by far, alongside like a Schlotterbeck. Mikado was really good.
Steve, is he good on the ball?
He's fantastic. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
He is,
like,
bro. He is.
like,
You know what it is with Croatia? All right, Croatia have been a really, really good footballing nation ever since they became independent. This is another one of those typical Croatian players that will go on to do really, really good things, or has that opportunity to. They just know what they're doing with player development over there in Croatia. Stel, I don't know if you've ever been out there for coaching or something, but with that small of a population, how crazy is it that they do what they do over there?
is he like a Van de Ven carry the ball and run, or is he like a Romero pass the
Ball
ball?
playing,
Passing.
yeah, passing, aggressive, just really good and composed in what he does. Calm head for his age as well. He's really good, man. And yes, he can toxic headshot. Vuskovic can pass 2 lines in the Premier League. These lines in the Premier League ain't all that. Let's be real. The standard of football in the Premier League is gash. This what it is. But yeah, Stel, have you ever been?
Let's move on. Croatia, no, I've never been to Croatia.
What are they? What do you think? What do you think they? Like, how did they get all of these? Over generations, how did they continually produce?
Until I go there and see, or until I get to mix with people from that setup, there's no way I could know.
Stel, can I just say one thing on this Vuskovic situation? Just very quick. Hi, everyone. Yeah.
Love the app.
with Vuskovic, right? Like, I where has he actually come out and said anywhere that he wants to play football, right? All I've seen in the reports is that he wants to just focus on the World Cup, right?
That's
this time last year, he was literally saying he's nowhere near the level of Christian Romero and Van de Ven, right? Now, obviously, there are reports you've seen that he wants to play with his brother, and some people said that it's not going to happen. But look, when you hear it's never going to happen in football, don't believe that, because anything happens in football, right? It's a load of shit, right? So, first of all, right, I don't think any club is going to go and pay the money that Tottenham want. Everyone talks as if like it's a done deal. Vuskovic is gone, right? And the fact that, like, Alex, you're not just you, right? But listening to Alistair Gold, right? Alistair Gold gets told things by the club for what they want to be, what the club want him to know, not what he should get to know, right? As you would say, right? So the thing is, right, with Vuskovic, for me personally, what I think is going to happen is, I think what Andrea said is right. I think they'll sign him on another contract. They'll send him out on another loan, right? Maybe to another club, a club maybe in Europe, like European football, maybe Champions League football. Because you've got to remember, how old is he? He's 19 years old.
19.
This a 19-year-old kid is not going to come in, right? In any unless you're Maldini at 19 years old, right? You are not coming into a Premier League club trying to compete, or someone who wants to compete at the top end of the table, right, and be their starting number one centre back. It's never going to happen, right? I don't think I've ever seen it.
Kusanov.
Ever, right?
Kusanov.
Who?
Kusanov at Man City.
Yeah, but look at who they've got next to him.
Look at the players around him.
Look at the players around him.
No, but you said that. No. But what you said, the situation you laid out was young defender.
I'm talking. But we're talking, Steve. We're talking about realism, right? Like if Tottenham had a world-class team and you can bring in Vuskovic now, I'd say all right, but we don't, right?
I misunderstood what you meant. My bad. Okay.
No, sorry. I should have explained it better. But for me, right, I think Vuskovic is going to be a Spurs player at some point. I'll be surprised if they sell him. Right, I genuinely be surprised. I think I read some quotes the other day that when De Zerbi was hired, they asked Vuskovic about De Zerbi, and he was saying something like he's looking forward to playing with being coached by him or some shit like this. So personally, I think De Zerbi's looking at it and he's not. He can see. I think you'd be stupid to like ignore the fact of Vuskovic's talent, right? I think anyone would be blind to not want to actually take a notice of it. And I think in the World Cup, I think people are going to notice it even more. If he has a good World Cup, they'll notice it a lot more, right? But I still don't think he's ready to be that number one spot. And I think another year or two on loan, and then either he'll be ready to be a player that maybe you could get 80, 90, 100 million for, and a top club takes him, or he comes back and plays for Spurs. That's how I see it, because I don't think he's in a rush to leave the club, and I'm not sure that any other club right now is going to be able to pay the money that is what they're going to want for him. And also, not just that, I know, Steve, you watch it, but I've also watched quite a couple of games from Hamburg this season. And what I've seen of him is someone who's amazing in the air from an attacking position, right? Yeah. He's good at one-on-one defending, but he's still raw as a defender. He's not the finished article.
Bit rash at times.
He is rash at times, right?
Particularly in the Werder Bremen derby. Yeah.
I watched him against Bayern Munich as well, right? That game where they got demolished, right? And
former away game.
I can't remember if it was home and away. I think they were. Didn't they lose like 6-0 or something? I can't remember.
That was the away game because we drew with them in Hamburg.
Well, what I saw from him is exactly what I saw. Is a 19-year-old kid, right? That's what I saw. So
playing
don't
Bayern Munich away.
Yeah, of course, but he's still a 19-year-old kid. Like he's not like a world-class defender yet. He's very good as an attacking centre back, right? Attacking your set pieces, your corners, this kind of shit. But as a centre back, which is what his main job is, he's still not there. Which is why I think that he's not going to be sold, and I don't think he wants to be sold just yet. Anyway, I think what I like about Vuskovic is that he knows himself if he's ready. If he feels himself now that he's ready to go and play for a top club, then we'll see what happens. But I don't think he feels that he's ready yet. But we'll see.
Let's move on from Vuskovic. I want to talk about this super chat. I've been seeing it for a while. Switchblade said, "Bring back Højbjerg. He was great under De Zerbi." Do any of you think bringing back Højbjerg makes sense? I don't think we should.
This is another Andy Robertson thing.
Yeah. There's another Andy Robertson.
I'm not being funny.
I don't think he was great at Marseille. I don't think he was great at Marseille.
How old is Højbjerg now?
Højbjerg. Let's check.
I think De Zerbi's obsession with one midfielder that for a guy who wants to play the football he does, he always has a stocky, not really.
He's 31 years old.
To run around. I don't get his fascination.
See, again, this proves my point about the Polinia argument more. We want experience, and if De Zerbi wants the player like you just mentioned, Steve, we've got that ready. Someone that wants to be here next season, and yeah, there you go. Sign Polinia. Why are we stumbling over this? Just pay them. We've got a player that a lot of these people, a lot of fans want. We want this gritty number 6 who, okay, he's not the best on the ball, but he's not the worst I've seen. that knows the club, has experience, and has that quality. We've got that sat there staring at us in the face. And again, we're doing a typical, car boot sale Tottenham mentality where we're arguing over the sake of 50p. Like what I don't understand what we're so torn over about not signing and signing Palhinha.
Andreas, do you know what the fans forget? They forget that Tottenham, they need to build something called a squad, not a first 11, right?
Yeah.
This is what Tottenham fans seem to forget, right? When you want to build a football team, you need to have 25, 22 players of a high quality, right? Yeah. And it doesn't mean they're going to all do the same type of thing. You need players for different types of situations, roles, this kind of stuff, right? Yeah. Which is why I agree with you completely. I think it's stupid if they don't get Palhinha. I think they need to hurry up and sign this deal.
I honestly think, Danny, good to speak to you again, by the way, after the last show, where people were calling us cousins or something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was you, box office.
No. Anyway, carry on your point. It wasn't that.
I don't want to go on another tangent, but if we sign Palhinha, again, it's another very telling situation of the direction that this club's going in. Okay, fair enough. There is one scenario where if we do sign a number 6 that is younger, of better quality, and ready for a good big step up / side step, that's the only situation. But I can't see us doing it when we've got links with Savinho and all these attackers and now defenders that we're going for. For me, we have to sign Palhinha. We have to sign Palhinha because then we can almost use Palhinha as like a scout for the next in line for who will then fulfill Palhinha. Because Palhinha's not going to be here forever. Let's just be real with it. He's what? 30, 31, I'm pretty sure. Correct me.
He's the type of player you need to start the rebuild of this football club if they're going to really do it.
I don't know if you were watching it earlier, Danny, but I said that look what Sunderland did with Granit Xhaka. He come off the back of a good season at Leipzig, a good 2 seasons at Leipzig. Leverkusen, sorry.
Yeah.
With an invincible season, and then I'm not sure what the second season was.
Sorry, Andy, Danny, I don't know what you're doing in the background, but it's really noisy. Like, can you either not do it or put yourself on mute when someone else is talking? Sorry, bro. Go on, Andy.
What I was saying is, Granit Xhaka went to Sunderland, and he was the conductor of that whole team. Let's just be real with it. He was quality. He had that experience and knew what he was doing. Palhinha is that player for us, in my opinion. I'm not saying he's better than Xhaka, but I'm saying he has the qualities of Xhaka in terms of what he brings to this team to kick on this rebuild. This is why I'm against the Robertson thing, because he's not a player that's been at this club, knows it, and he's ready to kick on this rebuild. Palhinha is. He's been here for a year, shown that he can do a job and he's quality at what he does, and in big moments he has popped up. Even though it's a disgrace that we're in this situation, it's a big moment. He
did his job in the situation.
That's what I'm saying. So the fact that we're now going, oh, why don't we bring Højbjerg back when we've got a player that for me is astronomically clear of Højbjerg there? Why are we going to sign a player that took a step back in terms of the intensity of football he's been playing for God knows how many years, than a player that's been in the Prem and played for Bayern Munich the year before, come into a team that was suffering and still stood out, even though he's a loan signing? He's staring at us in the face. Just pay the money. He's there. He's available. He loves De Zerbi. De Zerbi loves him. He suits what De Zerbi wants. He's that destroyer that we need. I think Stel said it every week when Palhinha played. We looked miles better because he was that destroyer. He held that midfield down. When we had players like Gray and Sarr and Bergvall, that, let's be real, are pretty timid in there, it all went to shit. That's why I wouldn't take Højbjerg back. I would just sign what we have. What's better than Højbjerg? It's right there. It's right there for us. That's my opinion on it.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'll be leaving now. Nice to meet every single one.
Yes.
And nice talking to you guys. You guys take care. And so the person who asked about Vuskovic, I think he's on the bench tonight. So yeah, go on. Take care, guys.
Go on,
bye. No, I'm leaving. Bye. Take care.
Teslim, have you got any shows Have you got any shows coming up on your channel?
Yeah, internet's gone. Your internet's gone still.
Have we crashed? I can't.
Yeah. He's gone. Yeah, I was on mute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
I thought so.
It's that dodgy Cypriot internet he's got.
I don't know. He'll come back soon. He'll come back soon. But yeah, it's the Højbjerg thing. To back onto the Højbjerg thing, I know I regretted him leaving because we didn't get anyone better. But bringing him back now would be a mistake. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Alex, like you just said, you regret him leaving because we didn't find that replacement. If we found that replacement,
someone better. That's the thing.
Yeah, you're not gonna go, oh no, we've lost Højbjerg, for what he is. If you get someone better, there's teams where they've lost like a good player, still got a like for like / better replacement, and gone, I missed that player. That's because that player was like very good. Højbjerg, no one was gutted when he lost, in my opinion. I think the reason we regretted it is because, again, we've done a Spurs. We failed to replace these players. Look at Dan. Have we replaced Danny Rose and Carl Walker yet?
No,
we haven't. That's why
we haven't even replaced the players that were in 2019. It comes to a point where our strike force. I know we haven't got to that yet. Our strike force is so bad that Timo Werner was actually a good player back when he was back here, and that's ridiculous. That below average
favorite player,
Shane Long. You might as well. I mean, we might as well just give up here. I mean, if we're talking about we'd rather have Timo Werner, the below average Shane Long back at our squad. What are we doing here?
Stel,
you know
I think the super chat there. I'm pretty sure that's Neo.
I want to talk about. Hold on a second. I want to talk about attackers. And forwards next week on Sunday when I do a transfer weekly, because we haven't signed any yet. I don't even know who we're linked with other than Savio. So let's wait and see. But yeah, this super chat, big up Arsenal Hate Watch. Another member of the Sandwich Bar in Southgate. Go for Greenwood. Look what De Zerbi turned him into. Right. Would any of you sign Mason Greenwood?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
I'm not.
Do you not think the toxicity that comes with it isn't worth? It's not worth the hassle.
I'm not getting involved in this.
I don't care. I bring him in.
To be honest with you, I'm at the point I don't care, man. I just don't care. I want listen. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I can understand both sides of it, but I look at football for the players that are on the pitch, and Greenwood's a quality player, like he is.
I just think this is just going to blow up in our faces if we're going to do this. Honestly, I'm not. It's not even the moral high ground. I just don't see the point. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't.
It's one of them ones where if it goes tits up,
yeah,
that could really put a dent in us as a club, because Spurs fans are some of the worst in the world in terms of turning on players. So if fans eventually then turn on Greenwood, with the controversy that's there before we've turned on him, for us to then turn on him, can you imagine what that stadium would be like once they've turned on him if he makes a mistake?
They won't turn on him. They won't turn on him because they won't turn on him. I'll tell you why. Because they didn't turn on Gaza and they didn't turn on other players as well, right? Gaza used to actually beat his wife, right?
Oh.
And actually got, right? So Spurs players, Spurs fans, no, not even Spurs fans, football fans, they don't give a fuck. If their team is doing well and they're winning shit or winning games or winning titles, they don't give a fuck. That's the truth of it.
Yeah. Danny, what I'm agreeing with you.
Just so the audience can see this, just so the audience can just come to context here. The views of Danny doesn't reflect everything on Still's channel. Let's just say that right now. You know what I mean?
I'll take it.
Because we have to be careful here.
No,
we have
Alex,
to be careful here.
Alex,
I know Danny's. I understand what Danny's saying, but I'm just saying because
Alex, I'll take it a step further. I would take Pablo.
We have to be very careful what we're saying here.
No, I would take Pablo Escobar, El Chapo,
here.
Pablo Escobar, Stalin, El Chapo. I couldn't give a fuck who comes out the Spurs. If they score, that's all I care.
Yeah, I know, but the violence sort of thing, we got to be careful here. We have to be careful here.
What do you mean violent, boy? He's with his missus. Who gives a shit?
I understand.
Alex, stop being woke, man. Stop being woke.
No. But the point I'm making is though. Right. This is what I'm right. Listen.
No, you're being woke, bro. Stop.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
Yeah, you are, bro. Yeah, you are.
Unfortunately, I've got to be a bit diplomatic on this one. Yeah?
No, that's not being woke.
I'm saying no. I'm not. My point is though, yeah, right. There's the other opinion on this, yeah, that is valid, yeah, right. So I'm not saying I'm not taking these sides on this. I'm just saying I don't think it's worth it for the hassle it's going to cause. That's what I'm saying at the moment. You know
okay, so next season, if we finish 17, you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, we have to be diplomatic." Come on, man. Stop
but I'm saying they could get another player that's got no controversy around it because at the moment, like I said,
you're not gonna find better than Greenwood.
It's just not worth it. I don't think it's worth it.
Wait. At the price tag,
the GA is going. You know where this is going.
I don't give a shit. Alex, does it affect? Does it affect you?
Not getting involved in
it. What is Greenwood's price tag? May I ask? Because I don't know.
Bro, do you know Roma? What's it called? Fenerbahce and Roma. Yeah, they got quoted by Marseille for 50 million euros, which is 45 million pounds. That's cheaper than Kudus, and he's better than Kudus overall.
Yeah.
Listen. Would you take him still?
No. I think the toxicity that comes with. We have too much drama at this club, right? We've got too much drama at this club. If we're going to build a project, we need to remove the drama. And I think, I just think this one would be on Sky Sports every day, Talk Sport. They'd all be arguing with each other. The call-ins. If you thought it got a little bit silly when De Zerbi came to Spurs, I think it'll be 10 times worse. As a footballer, I would take him as a footballer all day long, but I just feel it will bring a disruption to the club that will cause us difficulties, and I just think we need to avoid.
Bro, we're not signing Jeffrey Dahmer. What are we doing?
Yeah, but
it's not that deep.
I agree, Dietrich. I agree.
So why is it a talking point then?
Because people are woke. They just want to. Okay, anything we do, if we go left, they're gonna criticize us. If we go right, they criticize us. It doesn't matter.
The fact,
Can I just say something? Estelle?
Listen, whatever Tottenham do, right? I'm just giving you.
Yeah, but one thing about humans, right? Human nature is as soon as there's another piece of news, it's on to the next. It's on to the next. It's on to the next. This is what's going to happen. Just like it did with De Zerbi. What about the fucking idiots groups that were moaning about De Zerbi? Where are they now? Where are those groups now, huh? Because we stayed up. Where are those groups? Exactly. They're nowhere. Because you know why? Because they fucking love De Zerbi because he kept us in the league, right? So I don't give a... This is all bullshit from fans. I completely agree with Dietrich, right? It's wokeness. I don't care. I would take him. If he was offered to us, I'd fucking sign him up in a heartbeat. The only issue is whether he could deal with it himself. Because at the start, there will be backlash. But after a while, it will die down because something else and another piece of news will come into play. And then that'll be the focus.
I think, Danny, this is different.
Yeah, me too. This is not football.
I know.
This is just not football. If it was just on football, I get it.
Listen, I think this is different, right? I think this will create a lot of toxicity in the club. I think this situation is slightly different.
I'm still on this one. I just think football. I hear what people are saying, but unfortunately, there is more to this than football right now, and unfortunately, that is the issue here, and that's why I'm just trying to be. Because the thing is, though, if I say something, this is the thing. This is why I know when I say something about an opinion about a player and I can get away with it, that's cool. But this I can't, because people will drag it into something and make it into bigger thing. And for me, at the moment, I'm just going to keep well diplomatic on this, 100%. Sorry, not for me at the moment. No, football, get it, 100%. Better than what we've got, 100%. I'm not going to be deluded, but not for the more than what for the out of football.
Alex, I'm going to say one thing to you, mate. Right, life goes on. It's as simple as that. It really is. It really is. It will be a little bit of noise in the beginning, and after a while, what will happen is it will fade into the background like every fucking other piece of news does, and then there's something else. That is literally how life works. It doesn't stay in the past, right? And the fact that the guy is actually with the woman and recently had a second child, right? Who the fuck is anyone to judge what they're doing in their own relationship and what they're doing in their own lives, right? None of us can judge. It's whatever goes on in their lives is up to them. They're deciding to live it. They're the choices, right? Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I think
we've got a super chat from Jerome.
No, go on.
Andy, let me quickly read out the super chat. Then they'll come to you. Jerome, thank you for the super chat. He says, I would have Mason Greenwood at the club all day long. His private life is not a concern. So he agrees with Danny and Dietrich. Andy, go for it.
So I can understand why there would be concerns, but for me, I would take him. I think what Danny's saying about how it would be noisy and then life goes on with the whole human nature point he made, I agree with that, to be honest with you, because Greenwood's a player who is undoubtedly, he's got top quality. And if that quality, is proof of output on the football pitch, because if he comes, right, okay, cool. He comes into Spurs and he scores 20 goals next season, let's say, because of how starved we've been of goals. Do you not think that noise dies down even more? And we sit here and say, it was the wrong decision to sign him because of all that. Listen, I understand it's not a guarantee he's going to do it, but he's proven he's got top quality.
And Andreas, look what happened. Look what happened with Marcus Alonso when he killed someone by running someone over drunk driving. Right? That faded away, and people just forget about it because do you know why? Life goes on. It's as simple as that. As harsh as it sounds, life is brutal, right? Life is brutal. This is the way it is.
Danny, we're not Danny. We all know. Listen, this is not a life sort of lesson here.
No, Alex, I'm trying to say that if someone like that, Marcus Alonso, literally killed someone, he got away with it, and what happened? Nothing happened.
Yeah. You make
nothing.
You make a good point, but it's just I hate those
Alex, you're just trying to be diplomatic.
No. Dietrich, behave yourself.
No, cut it, boy. You're just
behave yourself. My point
what about Ryan Giggs, Alex? Ryan Giggs with his brother's wife, right? And then his brother's family disowned the brother. They didn't disown Ryan Giggs, they disowned the brother. Work that one out. And what did Man United fans do? Nothing.
I think, because Giggs was a legend. I think
exactly excuses.
Yeah, but Greenwood's not a legend. This is the point. I think
he can be.
The way social media is now, the way it's become super toxic, that it would open up unnecessary problems for us. And you just know, right? Every away game we go to, all the home fans, you've got a rapist on the wing. They're going to come with stupid songs, and I don't think that's good for Greenwood, because Greenwood in France doesn't have to hear that shit. Here, he's going to get it every single week. Like I said, I think as a player, I'd have him, but I think the toxicity that comes with it and the bullshit that's going to be sung at him. every fan base is going to love to jump on that. And it's just, I don't know, man. I don't think it works.
Can I say, other than external drama from other clubs, because you talked about it opening up problems, what other problems do you see it opening up other than the chat shows and the fans and that?
I genuinely think there are groups within Spurs that will drag it out. They're not going to go quiet.
Wait.
They're going
to. But wouldn't you say that these same groups within Spurs, they couldn't even get a protest with over 5,000 people? What makes you think they could get? Like, I don't think they could. Still, I can't lie. Do you know what they'll do? They'll say, we've sent a letter to someone that's high up that nobody knows, that no one's ever seen, that they only hear from once a year, saying, "Oh, we promise to be better next year." They say, "Oh, we've sent a letter to him and we're not happy with it." Nothing's going to happen.
Would you take Thomas Partey at Tottenham?
100% I would.
And there you go.
I think again we're going to muddy waters here.
Wait.
Thomas Partey is a footballer on the decline. Greenwood's a player.
I know, but the point that but I think.
Sorry. Thomas Partey was charged. Mason Greenwood was not charged.
This is where this is a difficult conversation, yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because this is where I'm like, look at what's gone on. You get what I'm saying?
No, but you see, this is wait, Alex. This is where wait.
Listen, listen, Dietrich. I think where we've got to start looking at this, because this is where I think there's debates where I want to get into. This is not a debate I want to get into.
Wait. Alex,
where I think, because I'm trying to look at it from different angles here.
No, but that's the problem. Look at it at your own angle. You look at it your own angle. Stop being like that.
Because I
it's not like that, mate. It's speak your mind.
But you can speak your mind whatever you want, but you have to have respect here.
There's no respect.
That are going to be more emotional to it, because they've had certain things that have gone on in their lives, right? And there's certain things that you'll think, well, it's not important.
Mate, you're football. You're football.
I'm not. But Dietrich, this is more than football right now. You get what I'm saying?
No, you make it more than football.
Guys, I tell you what. I'm going to end it tonight because I said 2 hours and it's gone over 2 hours. And I want to redirect to Sava because he started to go live. So I want to say thank you to Andy, Box Office, Dietrich, Danny, Teslim, Mari, and Strasbourg Steve. Make sure you follow all their channels. Make sure you subscribe. I've got a Dusan Vlahovic video dropping tomorrow. You might want to see that one. And listen, look after yourselves. Watch the show during the week. Watch everyone else's shows during the week. We'll be back next Sunday for another roundup. Go to Sava's channel. It's going to redirect you. Just type Stelios or Stel Raid, whatever it is. And until the next one, peace. Have a good one. By the way, you're allowed to say goodbye, guys. You don't have to go quiet.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Everyone just went quiet. That's weird.